They're not a good team at all this year. But still, injuries do play a major factor.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the Panther. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot the death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the force ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season to people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
We're gonna get back to what I was talking about in a second. Yo, this shit sucks now when it comes to Facebook. Like I'm trying to share this shit because I can't do it live to the group no more. It's to my page, but I'm trying to get this shit, as y'all can see. I'm trying to get it to go to the group, but I press send, and send goes to WhatsApp. I don't need it to go to the Dominican app. I need it to go to the Starfire Facebook group. What the fuck? What the fuck? But anyways, y'all know who I am. No need for the long introduction. As I said, new laptop, who this? I'll talk about that deal in the second. Newest episode of the Star 5 podcast. Yeah, we late. What's new? Hit that code. I mean, not hit the code, but hit the box. Jamal's getting the box this week.
It's been a long time since he had some box.
20
time since he had some box, yo.
Hey man, it be like that sometimes, Papa. What's up, y'all? A Monday night show. It's crazy, but you know what? Here we are. What's up, Lisper? What's up, TJ, Mayor, Big O in the motherland over in Ghana? Catching up with his peoples. Shout out to his pops, Adu, who just had a birthday. I don't know the number, but he got some decades on him. Just looking forward to talking sports today. This is a great time of year for sports, so I'm looking forward to getting into it and throw it down to TJ.
Yo, what's up, fellas? And I'm gonna piggyback on what Jamal said. It is a great time for sports in the city we call New York. Shout out to the Liberty for evening up the series yesterday. The sports dichotomy in New York right now is madness. You had the Mets, you had the Liberty, you had the Giants, and I forgot. You had one more team playing yesterday.
Knicks is back.
And the Knicks. Today you got the Rangers, the Islanders, the Yankees, and the Mets. And the Jets, who are currently playing right now. Yo, it's a wonderful time to be in the city if you're a New York fan and if you're a New York fan of sports. So I'm hyped. The city's hype. It's electric. You can feel it. Everybody's got gear on. Knicks gear, Yankees gear, Mets gear, Liberty gear. You see that shit all over downtown. Like everybody's repping their squad hard body right now. You got all four sports going at the same time. It's fucking amazing. Loving it. Glad to be back. I'll be making one more show before I'm out to LA in 2 weeks. So, I've been traveling like a madman right now. Loving it, but miss you guys. What up, Ty?
As you can see, I'm off that night shift shit. I hated it so bad that I quit the job before I had a new job lined up. But because I'm so good at what I do, I was able to get a new job starting today. So I started a new not job, but you know what I mean. I started at a new site this morning because I quit that
Love
night
that
shift.
union hall, boy.
I quit that night shift site without a new site lined up because it just wasn't for your boy. You know, sometimes you got to take that leap of faith and get
A
out of that.
question for you on that though, because like I said, I'm union, but my union situation is different from one that's like yours. Like how does that work? Like how does that work? Like you're not lined up to like a company, right? But your union can move you from site to site type of deal.
So what it is that these companies sign contracts with us, and when they need power drivers, they call a guy like my business agent, and he sends out power drivers to jobs that need them. But we're also allowed to get our own jobs if we can. So in a situation where I quit a job, if they call my business agent to send me out, he's going to be like, "No, fuck you. You was at a job. You already quit a job. You know, you're going to sit on the bench." But because we're allowed to call get our own jobs, I didn't have to get a call from him. I just called some of my peoples, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we need a guy over here." And since I'm allowed to do that, that's what I did.
Oh,
Also,
okay, okay.
you beat that fresh coldness that's coming in that comes with the night job because it's starting to get a little brick outside, dogs.
Yes,
That's why
sir.
we all inside right now.
If anybody that does tune into us live and or later, you'll see TJ and I are both inside.
Rare,
There's a
very
there's
rare.
a reason for that because I tried. Tonight though it's a holiday. You know, shouts out to the indigenous Americans. We don't celebrate the rapists and pillagers or grapists and pillagers, but thank you for the day off. Thank you for the day off. But it's garbage night for my neighborhood, my block. And so I was out there, doing my normal, getting the garbage together, cleaning up around the outside of the house, stuff like that. And I was waiting for when we were supposed to start. And I was like, yeah, this ain't it tonight. This ain't it tonight. It's cold, but it ain't break out the heater cold yet. It ain't
So
break out the heater cold.
We're
so
hoodie and hat
TJ,
season.
so you saying we're not gonna get no episodes of you and your bubble goose?
Oh, we're gonna be outside when we get back to our Sunday
When there's some
afternoon.
light outside and we got a chance to get some sun, bro, fuck this night shit, like you said, right?
Word, 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 word up.
So Dan,
Man.
did you was that you that had the outdoor heater? The outdoor
Yes,
heat lamp? Okay.
yes. It's currently behind the couch right now, wrapped up, and it's waiting, but that thing draws so much power. Like, to keep it real, Jamal, like what I really wanted to do for a while now, which eventually I'm probably gonna do it maybe by the end of this year. I wanted to buy one of those like portable generator power inverted like generator type things. I just got to find
Okay.
the one with the right wattage that can support that for at least 2 or 3 hours or so. But I want to, not know I got to fill it with gas shit. But you see them, we see them all the time online. We was
I
just
got you.
talking about Timu. We was just talking about Timu before. I'm sure they sell one because I'm using a light that I bought off of there earlier, and it's got me looking like my whole joint is. I mean, my hands is ashy because I was just using water, but my face wasn't using water other than when I wash. And my shit is Tyrone Bigums, right? I mean, the grays don't help, but the way this light is god damn. I'm the ghost of Dinkins fucking future. Yeah, that makes me look still ashy. Ain't changing much. But anyway, yeah, we got a bunch of shit lined up, man. But I do, once we get through everything that y'all wanted to cover tonight, I got one question that I had to pull off the Facebook feed from one of the nerd groups. I'm gonna ask y'all. Actually, you know what? Let's get it out the way now. Uh, let's see, because everything is working the same so far. Everything's working. This I'm not used to Windows PCs except for at work. But this question here, oh my bad. Let me get back to this shit to get this off of here. You know, new computer, you get all of these new freaking pop-ups and shit. And
Oh yeah.
there you go.
Gotta get rid of that bloatware.
Word. But there we go. This question is here. We're going back to Super Nintendo days. What are you buying first out of this lineup? We got Super Punch Out, Super Mario All Stars, WWE, Royal Rumble, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat. I think that's one of the Ninja Turtle games. Legend of Zelda, Home Alone. Use our new video at Maximum Carnage. Let me get back to this window so I can see what everything else is. I can't even see what everything else is because I'm getting old. I think one of them is Super Bomber Man. I don't know what this is where the hand is. And Donkey Kong Country 3. What are you buying first, Tyrone?
I know this probably not gonna be a popular pick, but I'm buying Maximum Carnage first. All these games are a lot of these games are excellent. I like Zelda, I like Super Punch Out, but Maximum Carnage was like one of those first comic book Spider-Man games that I really enjoyed playing. It was like it was a beat 'em up, but with the Spider-Man and Venom elements, and it had a lot of like decent little moves in there. The graphics was great, and I had a whole lot of fun playing that. So I'm probably going to say because it was a beat 'em up, side scrolling beat 'em up, but it was still different, and it used Spider-Man and Venom like in a cool way. I'm gonna go with Maximum Carnage.
I know for me, I wanted to go with the WWF game at the time because I was thinking of memories of shout out some the Jankowski brothers, Mike and Jason. We used to be in their house playing that shit all the time. But my most of the real legit memories, and because it's in my blood, Street Fighter 2 is my answer. Like almost a no-brainer, easy for me. Street Fighter 2 was shouts out to my brothers Leon, Martin, Lamar. We was always in Leon and Martin's cramped ass room with their double decker with their bunk bed, fucking just all fucking day, night, whatever, just going at it on Street Fighter 2, which played very well on the Super Nintendo control, mind you. But I wanted to go that Mortal Kombat or Super Punch Out might be the next, but I wouldn't pick Mortal Kombat just because the Genesis one was the one with the blood, Jamal. Not the Super
the Genesis
Nintendo.
one was better. It had the better engine on it. Hands down, the Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo 2. Street Fighter 2 is what made me get a Super Nintendo alongside my Genesis. That game had everybody from 2 or 3 blocks in one person's house or 2 people's houses every weekend. That game for real is like would stop motherfuckers from coming outside. That game was the in-house tournaments that we were doing. A close second for me is the Royal Rumble. And I didn't love Super Punch Out, so I was done with it by then. But it was Street Fighter 2 hands down, man.
Yeah, word, TJ. Like in our friend's house, it was if it wasn't Street Fighter 2, it was Star Fox, which isn't listed because then that would have made this choice even harder. Or F-Zero might have made this choice even harder. But I don't know what your pick is.
Well, I kind of agree with Tyrone a little bit. That Maximum Carnage would have been like a one-off, but I gotta go with one of the GOATs, one of the greatest fighting games of all time, if not the greatest fighting game of all time, which is Street Fighter 2. Like, you want to see people get upset. You want to hurt people's feelings. You want to break controllers. This is the days before wireless controllers, dog. So
that's right.
You ain't that shit. The whole bookcase is coming down, and that's everybody's ass. So, I mean, Street Fighter 2 literally changed the canvas of fighting games forever. And to this day, if you throw that shit on at somebody's crib, they'd be like, "Yo, let's get it. Let's get into it. Let's go a couple of rounds. Let's see if I still got it." That game is timeless, absolutely timeless. And anybody and everybody I know, even if you never played it, you want to see it because you've heard something about it at least once or twice in your life. And then, you can get into the semantics about, the animes behind it and all that other shit. Street Fighter 2 was just in another level. And that's always going to be the GOAT for me. So, well, like you said, Mortal Kombat wasn't there yet. And like JG said, I was over Punch Out after Mike Tyson. The rest of them, the only game I could say that we'd probably played just as much was the football games. Like that was out at that time because we was really sports heads. But that Street Fighter 2 is just legendary. It might be the greatest fighting game of all time.
I ain't going there, even though
might be. I said might be.
I only say that because of the advancements in fighting games. That's the only reason why I would say that.
It set the stage for those other fighting games.
Like you said, reset the canvas. Like Street Fighter 2 was the revolution. Revolution to everything that we have fighting games now.
Yeah, but the only reason why I can't put Street Fighter 2 as the greatest fighting game is because those Marvel vs. Capcom games, they had Street Fighter 2 elements and the Street Fighter 2 characters in them, and then with the Marvel characters and the way those games played and ran so smooth,
that was Street Fighter on steroids, Ty.
Yeah,
Street Fighter on steroids.
No, but if you take the evolution of the Street Fighter series, like it's still king in some sort of a way. Like most of the major, and I watch a lot of YouTubes about video games and shit like that, and it's still like the number one like major franchise where you're going to get some of the world's biggest tournaments on. Like the world's biggest.
How much money? They always say GTA is like blowing out the box with making money, but I think Street Fighter has to have that game beat, bro.
No, not really, because the fighting game community nowadays
is smaller.
You're not getting as many players, and it's so niche. But to be at like the tops of the top level players, like you gotta know like the inner workings of the games, the
combos
now, besides combos, but you gotta understand the range and how the hitboxes work on the characters. Because if you look at the character, you take a character that my phone is the character, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the game is designed where like the box for like the headshot is like this big, then the body shot is like this big, and then the legs it's like you got to know all those hitbox points and how to it's. I literally I love fighting games. I'm a casual now compared to.
I don't have the patience for that shit. I don't have the patience to study that. So yeah,
I'm a super casual compared to.
You know what else too? These motherfuckers cheat because when you play online, right, they're supposed to match you up.
Why'd I know you was going to say cheating?
And then I get online.
We're gonna be on this for an hour now. We're gonna be this for an hour now.
Well, I'm just saying, you get online, you're supposed to be playing.
I just want to give this toast to Ty.
You pick intermediate or whatever. And I'm
toasting Ty.
You play certain people, and they get like 45 hit things on you real quick and perfect your ass. And it's like, there's no way that dude is on my level. Like he's on there saying he's an intermediate, but this dude is a super expert.
Because the intermediate might not have racked up enough wins to be up to the super level expert. They just started the online.
It's called sandbagging, mofo.
It's just called straight up and down. You got your ass whooped. Plain and simple. Dude, neither can I. You know how many so many broken controls, especially because of Madden. So many broken controls and shit like that. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there just for a little fun. I do eventually want to start doing some tier list type stuff. 'Cause I keep seeing tier list videos and shit like on YouTube and shit. I want to see what y'all brains are like, the way we could come together and try to make like definitive lists type joints. Like, so I think when it comes to the video game thing, we'll start with like the street. We'll definitely start with Street Fighter, but we'll start with Street Fighter 2 Champion, so we get all 12, and then we rank
The
from
best Street Fighter games of all time.
S tier to F. No, characters first,
Oh, okay. Wow.
and then we'll
Whoa,
go F.
didn't we do that tournament though? Didn't we do that
No,
fighting?
we did fighting
Did we do
game tournament. I think
Yeah. And who came out on
Maybe.
top? The Street Fighter, right?
it had to be, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
We'll have to dig back in the archives. But I'm talking like
So
making a
Dead or
tier
Alive-
list. No
DOA.
no tournament. No, it definitely wasn't.
thought
No Dead or
DOA won.
Alive. I don't think Dead or Alive made it on the thing.
DOA.
What?
What?
What made me think of wanting to do the tier list thing, because this is something I want to do with y'all, specifically with y'all. I want to do a tier list of NFL jerseys. Now we can go by division by division. I don't want to go whole league, but we can go like division by division or team by team, and we rank like the team's history in uniform and helmet combinations.
Yo, the Chargers got to be up there with that powder blue dogs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if we pick the Chargers, which theirs is kind of like most of it's similar, so maybe we would have to do like the whole NFC,
Throwback
AFC West
Seahawks
or something.
uniforms were fire.
Right. But I'm thinking like, or I'm saying like your Giants, like the one that y'all kicked off the season with would probably be an F.
Trash. Yeah, no, that's ass.
But
They should have
then
left them shits in 1921. Should have fucking left them right in the closet they got them shits from, bro. Shit was fucking garbage, man.
Them and them Steelers with the fucking piss-colored brown uniforms. They look like.
but then keeping it on your team, where would we put with when the helmet said Giants across
It's
it?
the classic.
Oh, that's the classic one. You got to go with the white jersey too, with the blue lettering.
Oh, the classic home white or road
Yeah,
white.
with
whatever it was.
LT,
Yeah.
with LT's
Yeah,
number.
those were dope.
Or
I used to have the starter posters where they had the all white uniforms and like the joint.
That shit was fire.
Where they had the Meadowlands still had the AstroTurf,
Yeah,
and Phil Simms was rocking low tops.
they were playing on concrete. They were playing on rubberized concrete back then.
or like his team's jersey, the Skin Manders or Command Skins, like they got some got some classic joints too. So it's just something to think about. Cause like I was thinking like on some like I was thinking about Dallas Cowboys, which we're gonna talk about them and getting their ass whooped in a second. But like
the Skin Mandos are number one in the division. Just throw that out there.
We gave them their flowers last show. We gave them the flowers. Okay.
All of that.
We gave them their
No,
flowers.
he
last
wasn't
show.
want the name. He want to make
Just wanna
one of
jump
them
into
Skin
it. Just
Mandos.
jump
This
into
is
it.
Commanders.
Say
Like, don't play.
You want to get into it? Just say you want to get into it right now, bro.
Oh,
Why
you know the
go ahead.
Why you beating around the bush, bro? Just jump into it,
I-
man. Speak
I
on
was
it.
talking about your team's history and jerseys, so you have to put the skins in there. That's why I said Skin Manders or or Command Skins.
Command.
The red, yo, that sounds like a condom brand. The Command Skins. Get over here. But anyway, have at it. Who wants to kick off what topic first? It's on y'all.
No, we're gonna talk about Ty's NFC East leading.
Oh man, I don't got enough Basil Hayden in my glass for this.
All right, let's talk about it. So I know we don't take moral victories or whatever the case may be, but this was a test. The Ravens was a real test because even though they're playing good and Daniels was playing good, and I like where the Skins are going, I thought the Ravens was going to be a real test for them. And for them to have hung in there and played tough and still look decent against a team that I think can win the Super Bowl this year tells me that they're pretty good. They're not Super Bowl winning good, but it's not a fluke that they're 4-2. You know what I mean? They stood their ground, they played well. But the only problem I'm having is it's like I want to be prouder of them for being the division leaders right now. But with the way the division is playing, I can't even take pride in it because it's like Cowboys stink. The Eagles are not as good as I thought they were going to be. I mean, when we're sitting here right now saying that the Giants still got a chance to maybe win the division, it's like,
which is facts, which is pure
like,
facts.
And they're
so
playing,
what am I
and
taking
they're
pride
actually
in?
playing competitive too.
So what am I taking pride in right now? You know,
Being on top.
Yeah,
You're on top.
you gotta be proud to be on top, though. I
I
mean,
know, but it's just I can't really rub nobody's faces in it because nobody's really playing good right now. And wait,
Oh
you know
man,
what's
you
funny
can
though?
always rub people facing it.
You know what I'm amazed about? Why is Daniel Jones running so much? Did he just come off an Achilles?
so
Because he's
the
trash.
reason.
Like 11 times per
Here's the
game.
reason why he's running so much. They don't, outside of Malik Neighbors, they don't have any offensive weapons, bro.
They do. He don't have an offensive brain. That's it. TJ, I didn't
Well,
mean to
he's
step on you like that.
No.
The
You're
line,
right.
the,
I mean,
the line has been
I'm
fixed.
done with him.
He cannot play in the line this year. The line is playing good ball, right? He cannot find a second receiver. If that first receiver is not open, he immediately is going to check it down whether that dude is covered or not to somebody in the flat, or he holds the ball to one he runs. He don't have it, man. At this point, they're better off just for a change of pace. Just put. I don't even know who our backup quarterback is. Just put anybody in there, man. But yeah, that project is done. That coach gonna get fired because of Daniel Jones, and it ain't the coach's fault.
Nah,
That
I think
cat
they'll
is
give Dable a shot.
in prime time.
I think they'll keep Dable around. It's just like you said, they've tried enough with Daniel Jones, and this was a proven season. And you can't tell me they shouldn't have won that game yesterday. But also, the guy missed 2 easy field goals, bro.
But that ain't our kicker. They had to get him off the street. You know what I mean? And yes, he's an NFL kicker. He should hit that. But Gano's probably the top 3 in the league. When we got one of the best kickers in the league. Yeah. When he's hurt, they had to get this guy. They was having the punter kick for a while, and so factually, the Giants should be probably 3-2, legitimately.
Yes.
They should have beaten the former racial slurs. We should have beat them.
Yeah.
But when Daniel Jones is your quarterback, you sacrificing things like wins in professional football. So it is just what it is. And shout out to the Commanders because the Commanders are beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
Yes.
They're winning those close games.
Yep.
They're hanging in there. That was a damn good performance that's a good ass Ravens team. And everybody thought it was going to be a wash, and they had a chance to win that shit all the way up to the end. So, Ty, I wouldn't take that lightly. Your team is playing ball. You probably got the best quarterback in the NFC East right now.
Who's the only NFC East team to beat the Ravens, though? The New York Giants.
Did we beat them?
Last year in the Meadowlands.
That's true.
That don't count for this year.
No, we're ass as usual. Speaking of ass, somebody was ass in their own stadium yesterday. The manure was high. Was high.
Yeah.
Where's that Stephen A? He's like laughing with the cowboy hat on, rubbing his Birdman hands together.
Oh, we going straight there. Just forget my.
What you got to say, Dan?
Yeah.
What you got to say?
No, he wasn't talking about my Eagles.
No, I know he's talking about the Cowboys.
He was talking about my Cowboys.
Not
my Cowboys.
Is strong coming out of the state of Texas.
Yeah, Dak still
Shout out to Dak for getting the bag early. Shout out to Dak for getting the bag early.
I wish I watched that one.
Listen,
I wish I watched that one.
I said Dak was a black Tony Romo. That was an insult to Tony Romo because the way he's playing right now, Tony Romo would never, not in the regular season.
Seriously, I'm starting to think something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with him.
Mentally, not physically.
I don't know if it's mentally. I don't know what it is, but something's going on with this dude that's like outrageous. Because I mean, the throws that he was making last night were terrible throws. And Dak is usually, he's usually an MVP candidate. You know what I mean? He's usually precise. He's a good quarterback. And some of those throws that he was making last night, I was just like, what were you thinking? Who are you throwing to? Like, where's that ball supposed? Some of those throws, I didn't even know where the ball was supposed to go. Like, what the fuck is going on?
But the problem within this though is, yes, I mean Dallas Cowboys, but why are we selling short how good the Lions really are?
No, we're not. We thought it was going to be a more competitive game than that. That was supposed to be a big game. And Dallas.
I mean, most people thought that. Most people thought the Lions were supposed to lose because it's the Detroit Lions. But this ain't your uncle's Detroit Lions.
These guys won an NFC Championship game last year, and they damn near beat the 49ers until they imploded on themselves.
They should have beat them. They
imploded on themselves against the 49ers, and they learned that lesson. And they're hungry. They got a chip on their shoulder.
They play hard, man.
The Lions are not for the fucking around. Their coach coaches them hard. They play hard, and they're about that business.
When you play so bad that you got the Detroit Lions at the end of the game just doing shit, the Detroit Lions at the end of the game was just doing shit. Like anything they just doing shit, trying to get offensive linemen touchdowns.
Bro. Fam, they went to the bottom of the play calling menu to see. Let's try this shit.
It was like everything is working. Everything is working. Fuck it.
If y'all never been a part of that though, that's usually when the game is fun. When you can fucking as a starter take a break and then cheer on the person that don't get much time,
and they shine
and make jokes. And crack crazy jokes on the side. That's usually fun as hell.
But
at that point, the other team is demoralized.
When a team is playing really good, you can say that. But on the other side of the token is that there are certain things that the Detroit Lions defense did not call. Like Dak Prescott missed a lot of them throws through that was like that had nothing to do with how good Detroit was playing, and that's what I'm saying. Usually, Dak makes those throws, like the interception over the middle. I know they said that he was holding the tight end, but there was no way the tight end was getting to that ball. Like Dak just missed him by a mile. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not like him to be that unprecise. Yeah, Detroit played good. Yeah, their man coverage was excellent, but I mean, CeeDee Lamb was open a couple of times. He missed them. Dak missed a lot of shots that he usually makes.
CeeDee Lamb is out of here next year. CeeDee Lamb is out of there next year. He's requesting
a trade. He just signed.
He ain't the only one.
He would have to request a trade. He just signed.
Well, they can't keep Dak and CD because that shit ain't gonna work.
No.
Dak played yesterday like he got visited in the locker room before the game. Somebody came and sat down next to him, and he got a visit
with a little envelope,
and hit him with the listen boy.
Yes, sir.
But nah,
what is Cooper Rush doing trying to thread the needle in the end zone and getting picked off? Like Cooper, chill, dog.
But
even Cooper Rush tried to do too much.
Dallas's problem is really going to be signing Micah Parsons.
Oh, he's going to.
That's going to be the real problem.
And he's going to a winner. He's going to a winner. He ain't even trying to deal with this bullshit. He might be in San Fran. That dude go to San Fran, it's a wrap.
Forget it. That team's aging too, so they need somebody like him.
San Fran's window is closing real fast, though.
Yes,
very fast. But question off of San Francisco, and then we could get to my Eagles if you want to in a second.
Yes,
but
we will.
There's no, whatever. But my man, shout out to my man goes by Game Point on TikTok. I tried to get him on the show a couple weeks ago. We're gonna get this kid on the show. I think he's somewhere in either Central or South Jersey or something. So we're eventually gonna make sure we connect with this kid. That he calls himself a football expert, but he's not a better football person than me. But I digress on that. But he made a post that I watched earlier before we started, and talking about how, like, if Christian McCaffrey was healthy and was having the same season that Derrick Henry is having, sports media would be insufferable. But nobody's talking up Derrick Henry the way that we should be talking up Derrick Henry. The motherfucker's already has 700 plus yards rushing and almost double-digit touchdowns in 6 games.
He found the legs for sure. Yeah.
Tennessee said he was washed.
Well, we now know that was the lie
And-
detector test determined that was a lie.
Word to Maury.
Yo,
We all know. We all know about race relations in this country, so we already know how that works out. But in defense of the race relations, though, Christian McCaffrey is the more sexy choice, regardless of race, though. The way he does things is more sexier than Derrick Henry. I'm just sorry.
Tyrone, I wonder White. Like you said, I could have pointed at the shirt, but I chose the ashy knuckles instead.
Derrick Henry can run straight, and Derrick Henry has the stiff arms and that kind of shit. But some of the things McCaffrey do is in awe. Like, Derrick Henry doesn't put me in awe. He gets downhill and he just goes and he knocks people down. He's a tough guy. McCaffrey is more sexy.
Christian McCaffrey. Pause.
You know what I mean?
I'm not telling you, but Christian McCaffrey is easily top 3 running back in the league right now when healthy. But the league has not seen a great white running back like this since I couldn't tell you when.
John Riggins.
I was gonna dare say the homie that made the Madden cover, but that lasted 1 season.
What was it?
Peyton Hillis. Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, Peyton Hillis had the 1 good season, got himself the Madden cover, and then his career.
You know, Henry's running style reminds me of Marshawn Lynch. You know what I'm saying? That bruising, I'm gonna keep running over you.
Did you?
He's a not as violent Earl Campbell.
Did you say Mike Allstott though? Are you serious? Mike Allstott is nothing like Christian McCaffrey, bro. I didn't say he was like Christian
McCaffrey, but I mean, what white running backs were out there? You know what I'm saying?
Allstott wasn't a great inventory. He was just a big bull.
Allstott. Let's see that. Allstott, Peyton Hillis. What's old boy that used to be in the Bears? Brad Muster.
Oh my God!
Remember Brad Muster and Neil Anderson, that duo that the Bears had?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to dig. That's the only way you're gonna come up with it. Merrill Hodge.
It's like trying to find a white cornerback, right? It's trying to find a.
Well, Rathman wasn't a runner. Rathman was a blocker receiver. He's an H-back to me.
Yeah.
The fullback, but yeah, Merrill Hodge got some handoffs. I think wasn't that 1 year like Brad Muster and Neil Anderson both almost had 1,000 with the Bears that one season. Yeah, and I can't think of anybody else. So Christian McCaffrey, shout out to Trailblazers, man, the pioneers. So
he's the Jason Sehorn of running backs.
But it's no shots at the kid is great. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Like, kid is bananas when he's healthy. Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
The thing
is,
health has been his thing all career.
The thing is, when Derrick Henry signed with the Ravens, you had to see that could be a problem because now you got him and Lamar Jackson in the backfield. It's pick your poison at this point. Lamar is one of the fastest people in all of the NFL. And he'll break your ankles on top of that. He's
I'm with
running
you,
a
son.
he's running a sweep, and then he gives the ball up on a pitch to Derrick Henry, already running downhill, 5 yards deep. Good luck, my man. I'm not getting in front of that. I'm
That's
not
it.
getting in front of that, bro. Good luck.
You talk about
six.
2 broken collarbones.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
matter of fact,
What your man Liam Neeson saying, taking good luck. You
he
know
said
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
broadcast, Derrick Henry was running and the cornerback was running to get him, and he said on the broadcast, he said, "This guy's about to make a business decision."
Yeah.
Yo, and for some, it's the
Choose
biggest
wisely.
business-
Yes,
for
sir.
some, it's the biggest business decision in their life. It's summer for some.
Man.
For some.
That's when the cornerback is looking behind him to see if the linebacker's following him up to help him with the hit, because your man's gonna get stomped, bro. I'm not surprised. Like the Ravens are going to be a good team. They got Zay Flowers, who's a really solid wide receiver, and he's getting his touches. But like that 1-2 combo with running back, and we haven't seen that. I don't know if we've seen that type of combo in a minute. If Michael Vick had a Derrick Henry, what would that be like? What would
Michael
that be
Vick
like,
had
bro?
with a Derrick Henry.
Or
Vick
let's say Michael
on
had
the-
a Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
what would that?
he had a Shady in his short time in Philly.
He had Jamal Anderson. Did he have Jamal Anderson back then, or no?
No, he was a different quarterback by the
No.
time he got to Philly, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were still talking about they was the dream team. Remember that? Dream team.
No,
I do remember that shit, fam.
only
That shit was
stupid
hilarious.
sports only
Yes.
stupid sport. See, well now again, y'all were in the Philly area, so it
Yes.
might have been different. But
Bro,
us
it
up
was
here,
everywhere.
us up here, I wasn't falling for. They called them Dream Team. I never once called them the fucking Dream Team because on paper we look legit.
Now you know
On
what?
paper,
I'm going to
we look
speak for you because
legit.
Dan, I was doing the show by that time with y'all, and you did not like that shit. Dan was always like, on paper we look delicious, but
Hey yo, I don't know if I use the word delicious, but they ain't calling no another man delicious.
but he was very. I'm not gonna lie, he was very skeptical about how this was gonna pan out. He was like, "Nah, I need to see what's on the field
Bro.
first." So
And
I'm
they
You live in
definitely.
this area, dog. There was Placid, Dunkin' Donuts, and Wawa, everything. One
nigga,
team, one heartbeat, one city. You remember that shit?
dude, sports media listened to the backup quarterback at that time and ran with it. You listen to Vince Young, who he might have only gotten time on the field in the preseason at that time. And you listen to him? Him? No. But Eagles now, like
Let's
I
talk
said,
about that game on Sunday, though.
call me making excuses. It was a tune-up game for a bunch of players that were not healthy. Should we have smacked the Browns worse? Absolutely. But that yesterday, it kind of felt like a microcosm of how this season has been playing out, because we should have been out there waxing teams the way we are currently constructed. Allegedly, we should have been waxing everybody. But there's just something going on offensively that, like, again, it got fans pointing right at Nick Sirianni, like, yo.
I was just about to ask you, does Sirianni survive this season, or is he
Maybe,
going if
maybe not.
if they get knocked out early in the playoffs?
It all depends on who is the coaching options.
Well, they got Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is waiting right now in the wings, bro.
Kellen Moore is waiting in the rings, but this is Kellen Moore's offense that we're running. So how much does that change just because now you run the show?
My opinion. So on paper, this is still the best team. It was the best team in the league last year on paper, as constructed. You said there's something that's off between coach, quarterback, and offensive coordinator. That you saw it the second half of last year. That seemed to carry itself into this season. Granted, they probably still may end up going on to win or challenge the former racial slurs for the division. This is the way it is. But There's something that's not working there. Hurts has not been playing good ball. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the loss of the center. You know, that's different as well.
But they don't have a running
Um,
game either. Like, who's your running back?
Saquon.
I was
So
like,
again,
what?
I'm not mad at this. I was still not mad at the Giants traded Saquon. I'm not mad at all because what we gonna do with him? We're gonna pay all that money for him and go nowhere. But Saquon should have been enough to take them over the edge from what happened last year.
Yes.
So there's still something more. They still got the best line of football
Yes.
too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So there's a disconnect. So I don't think Sirianni's gonna, even if they make the playoffs, I don't think Sirianni makes it to next year
That's what I'm
unless they
asking.
do a deep,
what I'm
deep
asking.
playoff run.
I don't think I could. It's something. There was questions about Sirianni when we first picked him up, but we made it to the Super Bowl with him. We made it look good. Whatever.
What's different though? His coordinators are gone.
It's coordinators. Yes, it's coordinators. This is why, and so that's where I could say, okay, you can point the finger at the head coach because you're the one who hires the coordinators.
My feeling is Sirianni doesn't have the locker room because Dan, you're talking about getting all these guys back, right? And it was after the bye week, right? So these guys were healthy and they had a chance a whole week, and they were coming back and they were going against the Browns, who clearly is not a good team, is bad and struggling. Sirianni should have had them guys pumped to like you said, waxing teams. They should have went out there and waxed the Browns. Because no matter what, if you come back off injury or not, you still are the talent that you are. And they should have waxed the Browns. They didn't even seem like they were enthusiastic, bro. They didn't go out there and try to punch him in the mouth for nothing. And that's the coaching to me.
I slightly agree with the lack of enthusiasm. Kind of felt whatever. I still disagree on saying that the Browns are a bad team. The Browns are a very good constructed team.
It's just Deshaun Watson is bad.
That can't put shit together. And Deshaun Watson, if you saw my video, I'll go find a video that I made, but I posted it up on our socials. Like, Deshaun Watson is missing a massage or two to get back to MVP caliber player. You know, but let me finish. The Browns have been playing bad. Yes, we should have taken advantage of how bad they've been playing a little bit more. But everybody has that day where they feel like they're going to win their championship. I just didn't want to be the one team out of the whole NFC East
that lost to the Browns.
That lost to the fucking Browns. So I am okay with us winning by what we won by, because we won. And we were the last team in the East to see them. And I didn't want us, because if we did lose that game, call this season off. It almost didn't matter what else happened after that. We were going to probably not make the playoffs. Like, that was, it was.
They
like
would have called for Sirianni's head after that game for sure.
Oh yeah, and it was more to me a turning the page. But for me, really, it would have been a turning the page if we lost. But we won, and it's, in reality, to me, it was more of, like you just said, we came off the bye week, whatever. People got healthier because of the bye week, but these people did not play actual games till this point that were coming off injury. Everybody needs a tune-up. So if I have to shoot a little bail and give a little tiny excuse, players coming off an injury. But
Dan, let me tell you this.
Should we take advantage of a bad team like that and really? But then, you know what? A lot of this what happens, and then I give it back to you, TJ. Teams that go off on teams that are like that bad, then the next week come around and struggle or get their ass kicked. So let me take the slow grind. I'll take that slow grind. But there's something disjointed that's just not working.
What's going to happen because they play the Giants next week, and what's going to happen if they play the Giants just as bad as they play the Browns, bro?
If we lose, it's a problem. If we win,
what?
But we still got questions.
Winning by 3 points is not going to be enough for that.
Well, here's a difference. A win is a win. But
that's not
I gave y'all I gave y'all props in this point. The Giants are at least showing up or trying to show up
The defense is
against their comp,
anyway. Yeah.
but it's still a team game.
That was going to be my
So
point. As long as Daniel Jones is playing, the Eagles are going to win that game. That's the thing. As long as Daniel Jones is playing, Philly got the dub. If we put in the Tommy Parmesan, Tommy Cutlets,
Tommy DeVito.
yeah, we may have a shot to win. But if Daniel Jones is playing, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna
I'm
lose.
saying
But go ahead,
I got a
Dan.
question.
your team is playing up to its competition, and that defense is looking like they're trying to help keep y'all in games.
They lead
That
the league in
defense
sacks.
is nasty.
They
Yeah,
lead the
defense is
league in
nasty.
sacks, which is
I
crazy.
warned everyone about our front seven. I said our front seven is going to be nasty. That's the one thing we got going for us.
So what do you guys think is good enough to save Sirianni's job? Is a wild card spot good
No.
enough
Hell
to
no.
save that man's job?
No.
No.
2 playoff wins. 2 playoff.
NFC Championship game or bust.
2 playoff wins. You got to do it. Yeah.
You're on mute.
You muted, bro.
Yeah, and I just right when I talked, I tapped the mouse pad to mute myself. Is Bill Belichick coming off of his nice TV deals to come coach us? That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like who
Not in Philly.
would be Philly would love him.
No, I know
think
Philly will
Philadelphia
love him.
would
I
love
don't
him.
think he loves Philly to
No,
coach.
there's no way.
Philly
He's
would
waiting
not-
for Dable to
Hold
get
on.
sacked. That's what he's waiting for.
Hold on. I live in Philadelphia, okay? Philly fans would hate Bill Belichick. Now, he might win here and he might get beloved if he wins here, but if they hire Bill Belichick, when he first comes in, the Philly fans are going to hate him. He doesn't like to talk. He doesn't say shit. He's boring. He doesn't like the media. The Philly fans do not like people like that. They hated Andy Reid, bro. The Philly fans hated, the Philly fans in Philadelphia, they hated Andy Reid because he was so corny and so boring and didn't say shit. Now, they
Andy
started
Reid
to like
gave
him.
us our
He
most
became-
success, but okay, I get it.
he became beloved because of his success, but they didn't like him. The Philly fans did not like Andy Reid.
Philadelphia didn't like Donovan McNabb, yet he was the person who brought us to the Super Bowl. Lost, but they didn't like Donovan McNabb either, and then they eventually warmed up to him.
Donovan
They
was
didn't
bad.
like.
They run their stars out of town, man.
He wasn't
I
good as a
believe it.
person.
I
He was
believe
good
it.
talented on the field, and they respected what he did on the field. But like I said, Philly likes their guys to talk. Philly likes their guys to be like comforting to like their fans or whatever. Donovan McNabb was kind of assholes to the fans. Andy Reid didn't give us much, didn't give the fans much in Philadelphia. So yeah, they gave props and credit to them winning on the field, but they didn't like them personality wise, and they will not like Bill Belichick.
Doug Peterson wasn't the best talker either. The only difference is he gave us the Super Bowl win. He was a part of a Super Bowl win.
Man.
Doug Peterson was funny. At least
I was
he
shocked when
funny.
they got rid of him. But yeah.
Yeah and no. Yeah and no. Because sometimes you got to shake shit up to. And again, the shake up worked because we made another Super Bowl with Sirianni. But that honeymoon has been over with Sirianni and going to that Super Bowl. Which is a Super Bowl we should have won. But a couple plays here and there, and it was a tie turner.
Hey, Dougie P is going to be back on the market next season. Y'all can get.
No, they're not getting him back. They ain't gonna
I don't know. I don't know if we want that back though, because them Jags. Even though I saw another video, somebody was just like, "Yo, what's the name? Trevor Lawrence ain't the problem." And every, I mean, it was obviously a perfectly edited clip, but everything Trevor Lawrence dropping dimes. Jaguars receivers dropping the dimes that he'll be in place, like damn near placed in their pocket. Just oops, it fell right out.
The Giants will take Trevor Lawrence. The Giants will take Trevor Lawrence tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's
he's
my skin color.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. But what else y'all got?
Are the Browns salty about giving up Flacco? Not even offering my man no kind of deal at all?
You know what? And see shit like that, man. It's sometimes certain players need new energy. Sometimes certain teams need new energy. That's why you get a Flacco performing, looking like he's won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, flamed out. Goes to the next team, looks amazing, then flames out. Then goes to the next team, looks amazing, then flames out. Sam Darnold, number one pick for the Jets. Shit situation across the board for Sam Darnold. Bounce from team to team, lands in Minnesota, gets the job because of injury in Minnesota, is looking amazing. Like this thing happens with these perennial
Yeah, who's
long-term
the guy with the
backups.
Jets with the beard and he went to Harvard that he bounced
Fitzgerald?
around for?
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzgerald?
Fitzpatrick, yeah, Fitzmagic, yeah.
Yeah,
Same
Fitzpatrick.
thing. Same thing. He
The
you
thing
know,
is, though, Sam Darnold was one of the best quarterbacks coming out of that draft. He's a top 4 pick. They gave him no time before they went and drafted the other dude. What is this? Sam Darnold, what, 50th maybe? He's a first round top 5 quarterback. Give him a chance to develop in a shitty situation where you got a new coach, new offensive coordinator every year, which also, is Daniel Jones's legacy for the most part. But I don't think Sam Darnold ever had the stability to get to chance to play. So
I'm amazed about Fitzpatrick because he's played good everywhere he's went. He's played good, and nobody just thought that he could be a franchise guy. So they were just like, yeah, he played good. He won 7 games, but we don't want him. You know what I mean? I'm surprised that nobody didn't decide to keep this guy around for a while because he actually won everywhere he went.
I think it's when he comes in as a relief role for somebody, he's good. But whenever he becomes the man, he loses his cape.
too much pressure. Too much pressure.
That's what I was saying. Like these perennial backups are usually like they're flash in the pan in certain cases, but sometimes all it takes is just different environment, different coaches, new energy, and that changes a lot of things. Plus, also with team game, people forget you gotta have the right talent to buy into what's going on and willing
Could
to
you
give
say
all at
that
all
about
times.
Kirk Cousins? Could you say that about Kirk Cousins?
We've been saying that. Go ahead, Tyrone. You can talk your shit, but we've been saying. I know I've been saying that about Kirk Cousins for the longest.
And he got Atlanta. He got Atlanta hot right now. Right now.
And here's the funky shit about Kirk Cousins is he's had better teams than this Atlanta team he's on.
Way better.
But for some reason, he's excelling now. He was just supposed to keep the seat warm until Penix Jr. was ready.
Penix ain't coming off that bench no time soon, dog.
Penix about to be the Vince quarterback. What's up, Tom?
He's the carrot dangler, man. He dangles the carrot. And then as soon as you think you're gonna get it, he snatches it away with an interception. He's a carrot dangler, man. That's what he is. He dangles that carrot real good.
Pause on his carrot dangling, but again, all that dangling he does gets him these guaranteed big money contracts each and every time.
He got paid over his career. He got paid.
He got at least 200 million. He got at least 200 million
in increments.
Yeah.
Franchise tag increments.
Big increments, though. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
like that.
I don't hate nobody that bets on himself. Washington was set to franchise him for $27 million, and Kirk Cousins said no. Turned down $27 million, bet on himself, and went to Minnesota and got all that fucking money, dude. I was just like, damn, bro. Sometimes you bet on yourself and you win, man.
Yeah,
and kept Minnesota contenders while he's been there.
Yeah,
almost right. Each and every year, barring injuries.
Yeah,
barring injuries.
Thanks.
But we take those 1 or 2 mishaps that, again, big moment mishaps, and that's who that person is. Now I'll take that for Dak, of course, because fuck the Cowboys. But you know what I'm saying. But
I think Dak needs a change of scenery right now. I think he just needs to get out of Dallas.
All right, I thought so too, but with who?
He'll
with
come
who
to New York.
Where he would excel.
He'll come to New York.
Where? The Giants are going to take another black quarterback? Take a black quarterback?
They would have to at this point. They ain't enough whiteys running around these streets anymore.
I mean, they love them as backups. They love them as backups.
You don't need to change.
I don't know. They
Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
he may get a shot in Pittsburgh, Dak, to the black quarterback graveyard with Coach Mike. That's what they seem to be doing right now. Because they had Dwayne Haskins, they had Russell got the job there. Justin Fields like he's balling. I'm waiting for Trey Lance to go there, but I think that's
Trey
good.
Lance. Oh my God.
Never forget Cordell.
I think
Cordell, yeah.
Joe Burrow should request a trade.
I think Joe Burrow should come to the motherfucking Giants.
Because
I'll
Joe
take
Burrow
Joe
is the MVP.
Get the fuck out of Cincinnati.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is the MVP of the league right now, and his team is 1-4.
Get the fuck out of Cincinnati. Ain't a goddamn thing in Cincinnati, bro. Get out of there. You know what he would be like in New York with that media if he starts winning? He'd be the new Broadway Joe.
Oh my God.
It would be
Oh my
disgusting.
God. Easy.
It'd be crazy.
Easy. That's crazy. You're right.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
You're right.
I think the Giants should either be looking at trying to get him, or if the Bills get any worse, look at Josh Allen. Get him the fuck out of Buffalo, man.
Are they? No, they're winning right now.
Bring him the 5 degrees warmer New York.
Bring him with a coach he did the best with Dable, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So reunite him there. But yeah.
What about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is gonna hang it up at the end of the season.
He's done after this season. He's done after this season. He's out of here.
He can't continue. He can't continue to follow in Brett Favre's footsteps and then eventually go to Minnesota and then hang it up like he did. You know,
He's gonna try. He's gonna try and get another check after that. I think these guys.
Good luck, man. But he's smoked.
Somebody will pay him because he's still got
somebody else will buy into that Aaron Rodgers narcotic, thinking he's still Aaron. And
not a winning team. Not a winning team.
Jacksonville, the Dolphins.
No.
Somebody
does he want to play for Jacksonville or the Dolphins though? No. I don't think he wants to play there.
Well,
I don't see nobody, man. I don't see nobody picking up Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see it. Okay. No one.
Brett got that job, man. Brett got a job.
Brett did good. Brett did good too.
He did about the same with the Jets as Aaron.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
No, they won games though. Aaron's not winning games. Brett played bad, but they still managed to kind of win games with him.
Because they had a monster defense back then.
And we can also say that this is Aaron's first full year. This is going to be Aaron's first full year with the Jets. So.
So that's
it's a shame because the Jets have a great defense, man.
Yeah, they do.
And they got some people on offense. So yeah, just there's no Aaron's head in the game, man. I don't know. He can go down to the Yucatan and go into the woods and some shit.
Apocalypse and shit.
Do some shit. Yeah, that's all that's on his mind right now. It's like, all right, Aaron, you're done. But you know how I always like to shout out Coach Mike, even though I'm a Giants fan. I always shout out Mike Tomlin because every year they try to apocalypse him, and he finds a way to win with no matter who's there. But shout out to the job Todd Bowles is doing. Ran out of town by Jets Nation. They was killing him on WFAN when he was the Jets coach, calling him incompetent and all shit. I think Joe Beningo called him incompetent and all that shit. Look what he's doing in Tampa Bay. Good on him. Good on him.
Dude,
so
Baker Mayfield is playing like a man that don't got nothing to lose, bro. Baker's just out there just having fun, it seemed like.
They got my Eagles number. They've had it for the past couple of years.
That's the Todd Bowles curse.
Enjoying his life.
Todd Bowles curse right there.
But it is what we got next.
The Yankees, Mike Stanton just hit another solo home run. They have 5-1 on the Guardians.
Oh. Yes, sir.
They're about to take this one. The Yankees bullpen still has yet to surrender an earned run. I don't know how many innings. It was 13. It's definitely damn near up to 20 right now.
They have surprised me this playoff. Yep.
This is locking shit down. Aaron Judge can't buy a hit to save his life. No. He's getting robbed on base hits They're making amazing plays in outfield. I thought he had for sure a base hit. Some dude made a diving catch in right field. The man is just bad luck at this point. But I am glad the team is rallying around. They're not using him to just carry the whole weight. Soto hit a solo home run earlier. The Guardians had 3 wild pitches and 2 runs scored off of 3 wild pitches. So we got gifts in that. Shout out, like you said, Jamal, shout out to the Yankees bullpen. They are locking shit down, which was a big surprise because that was their weakness for more than half the season.
100, bro. Shout out, I never thought this time I'd be doing giving Mets appreciation statements as a Yankee fan. Both the Mets and the Yankees have shocked me with their playoff performances. Yankee, you know what our bullpen is like. We know playoff Aaron is different than regular season Aaron, and they surviving. But the Mets went into Philadelphia and crowbarred them Phillies like that. And had Philly sports radio the next morning in their feelings in a way I haven't heard since that Sixers-Knicks series. bro. That was a beautiful thing.
Bro, that Lindor grand slam.
Come on. That was what baseball's made. That's October baseball right there. Yes, sir.
Broke day back. I was watching listen, I don't watch the Mets that much. My pops been watching them a lot lately. But yo, I watched that grand slam and I felt good. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, damn. Grand slam in one of the biggest games of the year.
You know what it is, TJ? You know what it is, y'all? Because I was telling this to people at work the other day. Like, us Yankee fans, we've experienced a level of success, especially within our lifetimes, that it's been unmatched, especially within Major League Baseball's sense of things, right?
Yes.
So where we don't hate the Mets as much as the Mets fans hate us.
Correct.
But right now, this is something somebody was saying to me, yo, the Mets, do we want to see them in the World Series? Because they look
hell no.
I mean, I would love to see them, because of a Subway Series, but it would be they're saying that the Mets are looking real dangerous. And
bro, they just smashed the Dodgers 7-3, and they hit another grand slam tonight.
They just beat the Dodgers tonight, man.
They hit another grand slam tonight. It's insane.
You want to talk about the best team on paper? The Dodgers look like monsters. That's a team I was afraid of for everything. And the Mets went in it. Mets got their ass whooped in game 1. They said, okay.
And shout out to Mark Vientos. I went to junior high school and high school with his pops. I know his pops very well. The kid is doing awesome for the Mets, playing third base right now. Solid dude, too. His pops is a solid dude. Shout out to Charles Vientos.
So in Philly, they was already fucking celebrating the World Series over there.
You already know how they do.
Like, oh, we gonna kill it. And then when they drew the Mets, they was basically like, oh, the Mets is a flash in the pan. They got lucky this year. They was fighting for the wild card to the end. The Mets is garbage. We're not worried about the Mets. And they clearly, they looked right. Everybody in Philly looked right past the Mets. Just disregarded them. Was waiting. They can't. Oh, we can't wait till we get the Dodgers. They just kept talking about the Dodgers, and talking about beating the Dodgers, talking about going to the World Series and all that. And I was sitting there going, "Hey, man, I don't think the Mets at the end of the season was getting hot. And when you hot like that going into the playoffs, you know what I mean?
Yes,
I told everybody, I said the Mets are hot right now going into these playoffs. The Phillies might be in trouble. And sure enough, dude." The Mets fucking, and that's why that's why Philly radio was so hot, because they had World Series in their head, bro, real bad.
Side note is no joke, man.
Side note, got to go back to football for a second. I just turned on the Monday night game, and I seen one of the defensive players on Buffalo with the new extra padding around the helmet.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Crazy.
Why did they? Yo, this is NFL in big head mode. What code did they put in for big head mode?
Yo, the shit looks crazy. The shit looks crazy.
Here's
alien.
But here's the thing, though, TJ. when they first introduced those big fucking things on the helmet, you said, "Oh, nobody's going to wear them because of marketing." And then you know what they did? They painted the logos on those.
No, and Tyrone, see, and that was the question that I had. Like, how are they going to market it? How are they going to show the logos off? You know, how are they going to get all of that off? And what I'm looking at right now, it looks like just a big ass pillow with the Buffalo Bills
No,
logo
it looks
over
like
it.
an NFL
It
player
looks
wearing
stupid.
curlers in his hair, bro.
It looks dumb. That's
It
why,
looks like he's wearing curlers in his hair,
just
bro.
Scary.
mark
And
this,
he's got
mark
a bonnet that's tight around his head.
So
mark
TJ,
this
would you
mark
wear it?
this moment here is where I called it. This is NFL in big head mode, just like NBA Jam back in the day
So,
with no code.
so if we was
Tyrone,
in the NFL right now, would y'all wear that, John?
it would depend. If I'm comfortable using the helmet that I've always
No,
worn, then no.
Yeah,
No.
but
And
see, that's the
I've never
problem.
had a concussion or I've never had a neck injury, then I'm good because I know how to
That-
form tackle apparently, and I'm not putting my head into
But
somebody's chest like that.
but that thing
Oh.
kind of fucks up the concussion situation now, because now the NFL doesn't have to focus that much on the concussion stuff anymore, because now if guys get concussions,
No,
all the NFL is
no.
going to say, no, seriously, time out. If a lot of guys get concussions, the NFL can now fall back on those Christian helmets and go, hey, we got these things here, and you guys
Nope.
are choosing not to wear them.
Not at
No,
all.
no,
No.
that's
Why
not
not?
gonna
Nope.
work. It's not gonna
Because
work, bro.
as soon as the first person who is in big head mode catches a concussion with that big ass pillow on their head, then what?
It didn't
We
work.
We gotta
That's
wait
what it
till that.
means.
Then what?
It didn't work. It didn't work.
We're gonna go to fucking bubbles. They're gonna
No,
have to
no,
run in the
until
field
then,
in fucking hamster bubbles.
until that happens, though, anybody that gets a concussion previous to that, they can say, hey, you should have put that thing on.
Yeah,
Wore that thing.
You're not
just
gonna
like
force.
how-
You're not gonna force nobody to do that, bro.
And it's gonna say, how many kids do you have? Is the same. You should have put that thing on. You know what I'm saying? No, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I mean, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. But not to go fully away from
Yeah.
baseball, but well, we can go away from baseball because we only really care about the Mets and the Yankees. But the commercial just showed for the Lynx and the Liberty, and the Liberty could very well have been up 2-0.
Bro, Breonna Stewart with the
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing finger roll in overtime.
Yeah, man.
That makes the difference in the game, bro. The Patrick Ewing finger roll in overtime. But this is also a stat that I didn't know. The New York Liberty are 0-6 in game ones all time in
Crazy.
championship games.
They're 0-7 in the finals, aren't they?
In game ones. In game ones.
No, they've been to the finals, what, 6 times or something?
Yeah, they haven't won. They haven't won either. Yeah, they haven't won the
Yeah.
finals yet. So, but
I think
shout out-
this is the year, though. I think this
Yeah.
is
Yup.
the freaking
Yeah.
the aces are out the way.
yeah,
The first game mishap is now out the way.
yeah.
It's time for Stewie and
I
them
think
girls
I
to
think they're
fucking
gonna
run wild.
steamroll them and beat them 3-1 or whatever the series is gonna be. But
Yeah.
their championship was beating the Aces because that was the team who they lost to, and a competitive 7-game series that they lost when had home court advantage in New York last year, and that was one of the most
Sure.
exciting finals of all time. You know what I'm saying in the WNBA thus far. So they got that hump off their back. They might have fell asleep at the wheel a little bit, game one on the Lynx, and now they're about their business. And I think they're going to be about their business for the rest of this series. They got a lot of weapons. They got a lot of weapons on that team. Huge.
I like Stewie and all, but I was mad because I kind of wanted the Aces to get that 3-peat, though. A 3-peat is like, you know what I mean?
No
I
thanks.
kind of like to see those 3-peats. I wanted the Aces to get that 3-peat, but the Liberty deserved this championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We long
'cause
overdue for a New York basketball championship.
word.
I
We
think
are
that
long
parade is
overdue.
going to be nuts. I think that parade is going to be nuts if they do win.
And a long term, and it's saying as a long term Liberty fan, like it's been way overdue. But I just hope
Yeah.
I already know I'm finally no longer gonna be working in this shitty Brooklyn garage soon. But hopefully this wraps up before
you get out.
before I'm gone, and we win. Because part of why I say that is because what the when certain days the two districts I cover, one of them is where the Barclays is. It's like right at the edge, and so I have to drive around there. So I want to drive around there when the Liberty.
Well, you got about 2 weeks, a week and a half. So hopefully, if you don't get transferred between now and the end of the month,
my
you're good.
transfer's coming. No, my transfer's coming in 2 weeks. I already know I'm getting it. It's just,
okay.
So the final should be over within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I hope to be around for that. But what else we got, y'all?
Speaking of basketball, we're going to continue because the Knicks. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling really good about this squad. I mean, you still see that they need time to gel, but man, this offense could put up 130 points a night when they get rolling.
On top of that, they playing pickup basketball right now and causing fits. What I like is the fucking disturbances they do on defense from them wings, man.
OG
the disturbance,
is a problem,
OG
man.
and Bridges. And shout out to the Knicks drafting because Tyler Kolek is going to be a
He's
baller.
a bucket.
He's a
bucket.
Yo, he's a bucket. He's a bucket creator. He's a distributor. And who's the backup center that we found in the rough? The 7'3".
Huck Porty.
Yeah,
Ariel Huck
that's
Porty.
it for Chris Sims. Yeah, that's it for Chris Sims, man.
Yeah,
man. So Knicks did a good job. Campaign's looking good. We got from the Sixers.
Shaman is looking good.
Shaman is looking good. Yeah,
these guys are like rejuvenating their career. Listen, let me tell you something right now. And I've never seen a front office like this in my entire life since I've been watching the Knicks. And we're going back to 86, dogs. We're going back to 86. Okay. That's damn near 40 years or some shit like that. Dude, what this team is doing, the maneuvering to even get Cat Williams to stay under the second apron, to signing their number one draft pick. Yeah. Well, you just said Chris Sims and it's Jericho, so we all on the same page, right, bro? The ability to sign Cat, the maneuverability to make OG fit, to the nobody saw the Mikal Bridges trade coming. Nobody, absolutely nobody, and to assemble this sort of talent and still be, I can't say semi-flexible. They still got a minimal flexibility left, but they can still put pieces together. The developing of Deuce McBride, phenomenal. He's going to be gunning for $6 Man of the Year eventually. I mean, Josh Hart, you got people, you got Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
I'm speechless because I've never seen this sort of coherent managing. You've always seen this from other teams, the Warriors, the Bulls, the Spurs, the Lakers. I could go on about teams who know how to manage themselves better than the Knicks. And it's finally our turn. And we legit got a 3 or 4 year window to make this happen. Well, we're not even talking chip this year. We're talking EFC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but EFC is the goal this year. I mean, goals are the championship, but yeah, improvement from last year. That's all we want.
That's it.
Here's the thing, though. You got so the Sixers get Paul George. You know what I mean? Bucks get Dame Lillard. We see what the Celtics was. It was inevitable that the Knicks were going to have to do something. You know what I mean? They weren't going to compete with the Sixers with George. They weren't going to compete with the Bucks getting Dame Lillard. They weren't going to compete with the Celtics who just came off the championship. The Knicks had to make moves. And usually teams just fit with what they got. They're content and all that. So the Knicks making these moves, the GM said, no, we're not. These guys are making moves. These guys are trying to win. We have to do something. And they did.
The point, though, Tyrone, and everything you're saying, because, yes, I was trying to grasp where you're going with this. You're talking about this was inevitable. the inevitability was not for certain with the Knicks because look at past transactions in
We
in
always
the
drop
last
the
few
ball.
years.
We always drop the
Exactly.
ball.
So the difference is these competent, coherent, and what's looking for preseason wise, which I gotta start watching if I can more of the preseason stuff is competent, and cohesive.
Actually, the Knicks
Also,
forced the Sixers to make that move. You know what I mean? The Sixers
yes,
knew they had to level up. For once, the Knicks caused other people to make moves.
yes,
And we lost a lot of talent too, and still stayed. We lost Dante, Julius, and Hartenstein.
yeah, yeah.
And those players have made those respectable teams they went to much better. Much better. Because now Minnesota has that shooting with Dante. Julius is going to ball for them. I don't think they realize how much what they got with Julius. And now you got Dante shooting. I think OKC is probably the team to beat out West with Hartenstein. You know what I mean?
Also,
from the outside looking, good. TJ, my bad.
Also, like you said, Philly had to step their game up. They really put all their eggs in a basket with getting Paul George. You know what I'm saying? If something happens between now and like April, and neither one of these guys, either one or two of these guys are not healthy, that season is a failure. Maxey is good, but he can't carry a team yet by himself.
And think about how many baskets they've already tried to fill in at least the last 5 to 6 years alone. You know what I'm saying? All these eggs that they put in these baskets are breaking.
Yeah, they wasted Embiid's prime. And I just saw a quote not too long ago. Embiid might not be playing back-to-backs for the rest of his career. Back-to-backs for the rest of his career.
Him or Paul George.
That's insane.
But if the Sixers
he got the bag though,
they want to keep both of these two injury-prone players healthy, you might have to do that.
But then you're not. You might not be a top 5 team. You might be barely a top 5 team if you do that.
But this is where team game comes in. This is where the other players come into play. Are they going to play like professionals or not?
Bro, their bench is weak. Eric Gordon is nobody. Kyle Lowry is old. Andre Drummond.
Dude, but it depends on the matchup for the night. It depends on the quality of team they're playing. Like, if they're playing Charlotte, Embiid and Paul George could probably take a night off.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, it could work. It could work. And Sixers, personally, I don't hate y'all. I could like the Sixers. Because like I've said it before and I say it again. It's though JP tried a few years back, it's no real rivalry to the Knicks. It's not a real rivalry to the Knicks. It really, I don't recall when it truly happened.
I think the stakes have definitely been higher.
Now, maybe now, but yeah. But yo, before we keep go on, I gotta backtrack to baseball real quick just because of this meme I saw on Instagram. Hopefully y'all can see this shit. But
is that Tim Raines?
Yes, it's Tim Raines, and the meme reads: Tim Raines would often use cocaine between innings in the dugout and would only slide head first to avoid breaking the cocaine vials that he carried in his back pocket.
Oh, shit. What?
Shout out for Tim Raines.
What?
Gotta love 80s baseball.
Yo. Pay good money for them vials, bro. He ain't, you know what I mean? Contracts weren't what they are now, bro.
Hey, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah, I normally we don't segue from topic to topic, but I had to get that off because I just read that and it's totally believable. It's totally fucking believable. It's totally believable.
I ain't mad at him.
Who knows? What was in the truck? What was in the truck bag that Strawberry was using back in the day? Like, you know, not Strawberry or fucking Doc Gooden and shit on the mound. Like,
that wasn't resin. That wasn't resin.
So,
What did you
But
say,
yeah,
Tyrone?
so Lakers
yes.
in the
I'm
preseason
glad
game
you're
Glad
speaking
you
about
went
this.
there because
Yes.
played
yeah.
fucking Bronny James for 14 minutes. 14 minutes he was in the game. Straight zeros across the entire board except for turnovers. So can we cut him? Can we like get this experiment over with? Bronny James is not NBA
I mean,
ready.
it is preseason. It is
14
preseason.
minutes straight zeros in a preseason game. That's
Man, y'all got a tradition of
that's
excellence.
huh? That
Perfect.
is despicable. And I don't want to see him in a regular season game at all. There's no reason to put that kid on the floor except for the 2 minutes that they're probably going to throw him in just so he can play one game.
No, like
before
Dan
he's
said,
on the
when they
field.
play a Charlotte or something like that.
Call back. Long-term
Dude.
storytelling.
I can't.
He gonna
do
get
it.
some minutes because if you don't get the minutes, his dad gonna be complaining to the. He going to see a manager. He ain't playing. So
Them minutes are gonna cost them games, bro.
No, 14 minutes straight zeros. You can't play. You cannot be on my team.
So what
It's
has
not even-
all right, here.
it's not even
okay, my
that.
bad, TJ.
Yeah, it's not even that 14 minutes straight zeros. He didn't really do anything in the summer league to show you he was ready. Like he just needs to sit in the G League for an entire year and
Off of
develop.
that right there is what I wanted to ask. Because okay, you could put up no points, no rebounds, whatever. What are you doing defensively that could make a difference? What has he been doing defensively?
and that's his strength, isn't it? Defense.
Yeah.
No,
Tyrone,
it's a
we're
preseason
asking
game.
you,
It wasn't
Laker
done.
fan.
He didn't get nothing. He no steals, no blocks, no
Tyrone said-
anything.
Tyron said he brought the ladle out because he was getting cooked.
It was all zero, all the way down. He had 4 turnovers. The only number he had in the stat sheet was 4, and that was for turnovers. So what is he doing on defense? No steals, no block.
But I mean,
14
but all right. Defensively in basketball, even if you don't get steals, blocks, or any of that, like your stat sheet's still gonna read 0 if you slowed people up, if you caused misdirected shots, things like that. Those are the little things that you have to kind of watch if you're not just watching for,
Like they said, it always don't show up on his stat sheet, Ty.
Yo, man,
Yes,
God.
it's true.
I don't even know why y'all trying to make any kind of excuse for garbage time.
No. I'm
Trust
not
me.
making excuses. I'm trying to ask, what did he look like in those scenarios without
He
those
looked like
numbers?
he looked like trash, complete trash. He got cooked a couple of times too. He's not nothing. He should not be on a professional basketball team, and he damn sure should not be on the Lakers. This is
Man,
souring the
out,
whole
Debo.
fucking legacy.
Stall him out, Debo. Damn.
Whew.
Oh man.
Jesus.
But what do we think about the Mavericks with Klay Thompson?
I don't
Depends
know
what
if
he
that's
got
the
left in the
missing
tank,
piece.
man. Yeah, it depends. I mean, they played. I'm still surprised they got to the finals last year, and good on them
Exactly.
with that squad. But West is better. Those young good teams now have playoff experience, so it's going to be a much tougher road this year.
They don't
What
get
I'm
past
thinking about
OKC if they have to match up with them. I
What
don't
I'm
think they
thinking
get
about
past.
Klay, though, is
Mhm.
he doesn't have to have a lot in the tank because with the way Luke and Kyrie plays, he can get a lot of open threes. Klay can get a
Is
lot
he
of open
starting or
shots.
is he 6-man?
You know what I mean?
But then he's going to get cooked on the defensive end because he don't got it like that anymore. So you
He still
give
got
it and
some
you
lateral
take it.
movement.
You give it and you take it away. You know what I'm saying? He put up 3, he gives up an and 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that and Luka and Kyrie are not known for their defense as it is.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes are getting barbecued on the other end. So like Jamal said, I was shocked they made it to the finals, but they managed to do it.
And Klay,
Minnesota wasn't ready.
Klay was one of the Warriors' better defenders when he was there.
He was. Yeah.
But when you put together the full equation of what that team was, like yeah, it can make certain things stand out a
Hey,
little differently. You know what I'm saying?
hey, Luka
But
lost some weight.
on a no defense Dallas though, we'll see.
No, Luka might be playing some defense now. He took a couple of LBs off. He lost some weight.
We'll see. We'll
But
see.
you know what though? Here's the thing: you have to want to play defense.
Yeah, Luka
Them
don't want to play
dudes don't
defense.
got that. They don't got that want in them. You know what I'm saying? They just want to come down and score. We want to outscore you as much as
Clay wants to
possible.
play defense though. Clay's going to put forth a good defensive effort. I don't know how
Brothers,
good he's
pardon
going to
me
be,
for a
but
second.
he's going to put forth a good defensive effort though.
You know what? That's good. That he maybe, and that might inspire these guys to play a little bit harder. So I get that. But like you said, he's lost the step with lateral movement. He'll still be there, but he can only do so much. He's going to have to force this guy. I know they got a couple of big men on his team, Maxi Kleber and the other dude, Derek Lively, who are good. So they got to play defense where they got to force everything. They got to funnel it to the big man, or else that's not going to work.
So, question: does a Klay Thompson become a Big Shot Bob or Ray Allen and become a hired gun?
More
And
Ray Allen than Big Shot Bob.
Just missed the field goal. It's crazy.
More a Ray Allen than a Big Shot Bob.
Right. I agree with that. He'll be more of a Ray Allen than a Big Shot Bob. Big Shot.
Yeah, because of what we just described. Because he could still do a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can still do a little bit more. We never looked at Robert Horry as like a defensive stalwart or nothing like that, to where you knew what his purpose was coming in that game. He was almost invisible until the shot was needed. Yet he's still a 7-time champion. Don't discredit that. Fuck all y'all.
Horry's a bum, dude. I don't know why y'all want to be like giving this guy a bunch of credit. He got. I feel he's more like Lucky Shot Bob. You know what I mean? Like
seven of them things, I'll be that bum. Fuck you.
Yeah, he won a couple with the Lakers. I ain't mad at him, but I'm like, dude, he's not good. He's not
7 rings, TJ. I'll be that bum. You'll be that bum.
He averaged 7 points for his career.
Hey, but you know what? He got a ring for every point, dogs.
That's bullshit, though, man.
That's crazy. And that's perspective for that ass.
He's got a ring
like
for
that.
every point, dogs. Listen, but how do you feel about your Lakers' chances this season? Are they a play-in? Do they make the top 6? What?
No, they're definitely. I feel like they're playing. I don't feel. I mean, you can't never count LeBron out because LeBron's going to be LeBron. I don't know if Anthony Davis stays healthy, but outside of LeBron and Anthony Davis, I don't really feel like we got anything that we can hang our hats on. I don't know about. I'm not sure of the coach. I'm not sure about. We don't have no depth at all. This team's going nowhere, dude. We're going to be a play-in team, and we're probably going to get in. But I see a first-round sweep most likely.
Maybe because the West is deep. The West is.
I want to say, is the West that bad though that the Lakers are going to be a play-in?
Yeah, I mean,
I think they're going to. I think the Lakers are going to just miss, and then LeBron's going to contemplate.
Well, no, who in the West? Who in the West is
you got Denver, right? You got Denver, OKC, Sacramento,
the Spurs.
The Spurs? No, not the Spurs, bro. Not the Spurs. You gotta say Dallas. You got Dallas. That's 4. No, not Utah. Minnesota. That's 5.
Yeah, definitely Minnesota.
That's 5.
That's what I'm saying.
And then who else you got?
This sleep on the Spurs all you want. I think this might be a play-in 8 seed type of season for the Spurs.
But there you go. You only got 5. You're only up to 5. So the Lakers can get in a play-in spot.
I'm not looking. Hold on. Let me just look up the teams in the West real quick while I got you guys right here.
I'm not sleeping on Wemby's instant immediate impact over one season in San Antonio. Like something's a brewing there. Something's coming. Something's coming. Do I see championship like Tim Duncan, David Robinson era type stuff? No, not right away. But I think turnaround to consistent playoffs, low seeds, absolutely. I do see it. I do see it coming eventually. What you got? Oh, still forgot Phoenix. Even though we never know what you're gonna get out of Phoenix.
Right. So you got OKC, Denver, Minnesota. You could say the Clippers. You could still say the Clippers what they got. Phoenix, Dallas, New Orleans has got a shot to get in there too. The Pelicans, Sacramento. Can we count out Golden State yet? My upstart team.
Golden State's in the same Laker boat, man. Playing team.
My upstart team that you feel that you say the Spurs. I think the Rockets might have a shot, and the Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant is back, dogs.
Yes, the Grizzlies. I don't know about them Rockets.
So the Lakers are still in that playoff playing game category to me. And how you ain't gonna count LeBron completely out? Or is that what you're doing?
No, not me. I just said the way you're touting your team right now, it's giving maybe play in or they just miss.
Yeah. I'm saying play in, and I'm saying they win maybe one playoff game, and then they can go ahead on home, go fishing, whatever they want.
So they win the playing game to get to the playoffs.
And then they win
and
one.
Then they did, and then they can win one more, and that's it.
Yeah, they get a gentleman's sweep out. 4-1.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. That's about right. About right.
I could get that up too.
Yeah, that's that makes sense.
Or JJ Redick could be fucking another Phil Jackson. We ain't know.
You know what though? I just when I heard him, I listened to his podcast a few times. The man definitely knows basketball. He definitely knows the basketball. I'm not going to knock him for not knowing basketball. And he played he was a scoring point guard. He really wasn't a true point guard. He was like a 2 guard in a point guard's body, but he definitely knows his X's and O's.
But you got a team where your third option is Austin Reeves, bro.
Yeah. You know what? They're gonna expect a lot from Rui this year too. Hachimura is gonna have to step up, man. Do you guys, outside of Anthony Davis, do you guys got any other big men on that team?
No, not really. And Roy's sporadic, dude. Like some games you see him, you're like, okay, this kid's got it. He's gonna be all right. And then the next game is like,
where he disappeared to?
Yeah, I can't trust that at all, bro.
I get it. So, it's gonna be rough. The West is rough, bro. The West is just as rough as the East this year. Like, I was reading an article today. Parity is real in the NBA right now. Like, it really is. There's solid teams up and down outside of the few bottom feeder teams that are just playing, like the Nets, maybe Charlotte's, other world and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned the Nets, and what's hilarious is recently talking to somebody once again at work. They totally forgot that Ben Simmons was on the Nets. Yo, that show.
I will forget too. He hasn't played in 3 years, bro.
I was gonna say he's been a Net for got to be close to 4 or 5.
Yes,
and barely played a minute in that uniform. Barely played a full game or 2 in that uniform.
How do you not get healthy to play with Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, dogs?
Dude, that's the crazy part about it. The Nets went all in, bro. They went all in with Harden, Durant, Kyrie. They got Ben Simmons thinking he was still going to be Magic Johnson. I don't know why everybody still compared him to Magic, but they got that. They went all in, bro, and didn't win a fucking thing. They had to bust that up real quick.
That's
and to think
crazy.
That type of movement started with the acquisitions of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, showing how they're willing to make the dumbass mistake.
They did it twice, and they got bit in the ass twice. That's
Covidicus has a part to play in it because of Kyrie and what he felt, which I wasn't
but
mad at what he
rarely
felt.
does a team get a shot twice with some of the best players in the league, dog. Like
Right. Which again, it's the fact that also if this was Jersey, if this was the Nets still in Jersey, I don't think most of these cats would have wanted to go there. I think the factor of the coolness of being in Brooklyn and it still being New York City and the Knicks not having the equation set up that we have now, that's what kept these people from coming to New York because we was in fucked up positions before this.
And they was
But it's
they was
that cool
talking
factor of being in Brooklyn that it's like, yeah, let's come over here. The jerseys, the uniforms are fire. The court looks great. Like there's a dynamic, there's a little dynamic that makes Brooklyn look attractive. But this is still the Nets. This ain't Continental Airlines Arena Nets. But this is still the Nets we're talking about. Like,
but here's the thing: the narrative in Philly. I don't know how the narrative was in New York, but the narrative in Philly was that Brooklyn was going to be the New York team. That they were going to overtake the Knicks.
That's what they said out here. That's what they said out here.
That's what they said. The Kevin Durant turn talking about just talking about not wanting to be with the Knicks and they tried. They tried.
Hey, Kevin Durant,
but
Kevin Durant was he was like a 32nd of an inch foot on the line from doing something.
but this is New York City. You can't take people out that blue and orange. I'm sorry. I don't care.
It's a Knicks town. It's been a Knicks town. And for it to you would have to do something like Brooklyn. win 10. You'd have to win like 10 years in a row on some craziness to take away the shine. And the Knicks would have to be just like dumpster fire for those 10 years on top of that to take that out. Because even when we were dirt, that garden was still packed every night, dogs.
And when David Lee was there, it was still fucking.
David Lee was decent, man. He was decent.
He was.
Bro. But look, the same thing happened in LA when Chris Paul was with the Clippers. Chris Paul and the
Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan,
they were like, the Clippers the new team in LA, and I was like, dude, the new team in LA, like the Clippers have to win for like 10 years to do that. Like it ain't no way.
Bro,
they was talking big shit.
The Clippers was upset because when they go play home games, the Lakers banners would still be up in the fucking rafters, bro.
Go find a new home if you don't want. If you don't like it, leave.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
The name on the floor. They didn't even take the Lakers name off the floor.
This is crazy.
If it's the old, if you don't like it, leave.
Yeah, the Nets will never surpass the Knicks in terms of being New York's team. Like it's not going to happen. It's not ever going to happen. And you know what? They could be Brooklyn's team for sure. That's what it is. It's Brooklyn's team. It's a borough team, and I'm happy with that. But they'll never overtake Manhattan. Even the fact that if the Nets won a chip, they wouldn't even hold the parade in Manhattan. It'd be in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
They would do it in Brooklyn, dogs. I think they would do it.
But I mean,
would do it in Brooklyn.
Where you go, you can't go to Eastern
You go
Parkway,
right down Atlantic. You go right down Atlantic Avenue. You just shut all Atlantic Avenue down, bro.
You understand? I drive Atlantic Ave every night, yo.
I know
Atlantic
it's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare just on a regular day.
Yes, it's
Flatbush Ave and Atlantic Ave, right?
They merge. Yeah, they merge right there. Yeah,
fucking horrendous every single day.
Yeah. It's madness.
That let them shut that down, and city traffic just across the board is going to be bad.
People wouldn't care. Bad. People, Brooklyn wouldn't care. But I mean, listen, Dan.
No, there's a reason why they call the Canyon the heroes, though, TJ.
You got to understand, Dan. Even if Brooklyn had it on Flatbush and Atlantic right there. If the Knicks win a championship, the entire borough of Manhattan might incinerate on its own because
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm
we might need the
guess
National Guard out there
and
for a
guess
couple
who's
of days.
and guess who's gonna be the supervisor on shift, making sure that shit gets cleaned up. They
New
got a few more
York's
years
man
left out of me.
will implode, bro. Literally implode.
It would.
The day of the parade, they just might as well shut down work for the day because nobody's showing up. It'll be the first parade where like 3 million people show up, and they'll be there
Yeah,
from the.
I mean,
They'll be partying from the night before. The streets will be packed for like
dude,
days.
they would have to do like what middle of the country teams do. Like, yo, no work, no school for this day.
You have to.
Everybody come celebrate. No work, no school, please.
Please, we don't want nobody getting hurt.
That's it. You can celebrate at home, but if you don't feel safe, please stay home.
You don't want to. We don't want to hear about their bosses, people's bosses getting their ass beat because they can't make the parade, dogs. Because that's what's going to happen.
It'll be the new reason. It'll be the new. MTA would have to give free fares for everything, and then they'll be crying broke again. Well, it was the parade's fault. There's so much things that have to happen, but we can't. We want to talk this into existence. But we can't look too far. We can't look too far.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know now. I'm rooting for the Knicks, but don't toot your horns though. It's only because I do not want the Celtics to win another championship, and y'all obviously know why. So yeah, I'm hoping that the Knicks can at least take out Boston.
Yeah, well,
you know what?
Fuck Boston, fuck the Celtics.
Yeah.
We on board.
They are built to repeat though, but like they said, they played everybody's injured team last year. They had if you want to call that the easy route, then yeah, that was the easy route. Everybody played, their superstar was out.
Next question for y'all then, because we're trying to wait for Jamal to come, and he right on time. Because before we close out, because I didn't want to close out without Jamal back. But shout out to the homie Ore who was on the show. He goes by Hoop Social. He was on the show a while back. Well, I think the start of last season. He asked the question. He put up a question on his TikTok. Brunson or Tatum? Who are you taking? Who would you take first, Brunson or Tatum? I just said Brunson because what I just said. F the Celtics, and it's New York Knicks all day. That's just blue and orange. Just but
character-wise, and what his focus is and his drive and determination to win.
This Jets field goal kicker is getting fired. He just missed the second field goal in a row. But my bad. Keep going, TJ.
I'm going to say Brunson because Tatum didn't show up in the biggest moments when he needed to, when they were looking for him to do his damn thing. And Brunson has done nothing but prove himself at every level every year. Every year they say, well, can he do it? Can he step up? Can he step up? And every year he's proven people wrong. And I think he just feeds off of that. I think he goes into the off season hungry. Like he even talked about, I saw an interview the other day. He was just like, yo, I wish I could go back to game 7 right now and pick up where I left off at. But it's a new season. He's so bought into winning. Look at this. I mean, the man took less money to make this team because he wants the people around his team to be. That's how much he cares about winning. He wants his team to be better. He wants to put his team in the best position to win. Because if his team is in the best position to win, he's in the best position to win. And you know what? He's just a leader. He's just a flat out leader. You want to play for this guy. You want to run. When you got a guy like that and you want to run through the floor, he elevates you. He elevates the players around him. He elevates the player.
Where Tatum feels like he has to play off of somebody.
Tatum's
I don't
got that
say that.
Kobe mentality. Tatum's from the Kobe Mamba mentality where I got to do it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like I said, I don't say that like you know, on some
It's
like
not disrespectful.
like no, I don't say it on the lines of I'm trying to find the right correlation I'm thinking of, and the way I'm thinking is how I've always described Melo. Give Melo a real point guard and really watch what Melo can do.
Right.
But if Melo is the quote unquote key number one go-to first option guy, it was a different story with him. He could still give you his numbers, but you don't feel the full like team effort.
Right.
But Jason Tatum, you can the ball can die with him and you can trust points out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it's those other intangibles about leader and stuff like that. Because like the homie put up the numbers and the stats and all of that. And stat wise, yeah, Jason Tatum did look better, but Brunson's numbers were not that far off. So it would be. Go ahead, Tyrone.
Tatum's a better player, but I would take Brunson because Tatum is SAWT, soft. He don't got that dog in him, dude. Sometimes it don't even seem like he wants to play.
You forgot
like
the
he
F.
doesn't have that effort. He doesn't have that dog in him. He's one of those dudes that misses a couple of shots and puts his head down. You know, like you can throw him off his game and get him distraught and fuck him up. He doesn't have the mentality of a winner, like sort of kind. And for me, it's like, you know, I want a guy that's going to say, hey, I'm going to put this game on my back. And Tatum's not that dude. Tatum's a dude that has to be forced to put the game on his back rather than just saying, hey, I'm taking this game over myself. He just don't have that dog in him. You know, they say you got to have that dog in him. He don't got that.
And though he's now a champion, the dog you mentioned is his running mate, Jaylen Brown.
Right.
Jaylen Brown got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown got that dog in him.
Bro.
But Jamal, same question to you.
Yes, what was the question? I just logged back on. Sorry, brothers.
Who are you taking, Brunson or Tatum?
Brunson, because there's no substitute for a superstar point guard that can score and distribute, and he's got all the things for the point guard. Not only is he a point guard, he's a dog, and he's a quarterback. He's a general. Tatum's not a general, and you can build around a general. You know what I'm saying? And Tatum is nasty. I actually think Tatum gets disrespected way too much for how good he is. Not everybody's meant to be a general. Not everybody's meant to be Batman. You know what I mean? But I'm taking Brunson, and it could be biased because in my life, I don't know the last time the Knicks had a good point guard before Brunson. Was it Mark Jackson? Was it Marbury? Like,
Charlie
what are we
Ward.
talking about?
Charlie Ward was solid.
Charlie
was solid. He was solid. He wasn't like all world like this, but he was solid. Yeah. He was serviceable for what we needed.
But what you like it's like JG said. We saw Brunson score 40 points in multiple playoff games last year. Like the dude went on a heater that I've never seen a New York Knicks player go on before, and literally drag his team to the second round. Bodies was falling everywhere, and this dude was still. And he wasn't just chucking. The man was efficient. He was damn near shooting 45 to 50% a night. To do that, to be that efficient, to keep your team involved, to stay in the game for the minutes that he was putting in because there was nobody behind him that was going to carry the load. That says a lot, bro. So if you surround this dude with the pieces he needs to succeed, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
And imagine, let's keep it real. Imagine how much more would a Jason Tatum would eat with a Jalen Brunson.
Oh my God!
Running mate.
Oh my God! Try to stop those two.
It's the same thing. How I felt.
Who's their point guard right now?
Drew Holiday, but he's not. Drew Holiday is a defensive specialist and he's a good scorer. He's no bulldog like Jalen Brunson though. He's a bucket.
It's the same thing I feel about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's not a leader, not a general. He's kind of soft. Now, if you put the right guys around Kevin Durant, like when he played in Golden State and he was playing off for Steph Curry, right. Kevin Durant you know, they were unstoppable, unbeatable. But Kevin Durant,
Right.
as a man on his own, he's not a leader, dude. He can get
The
his points.
only difference,
He
I
can't lead
I
his team.
totally agree with you. The only difference with Kevin Durant is no matter who's on the court with him, he's the best player almost at all times. It's like he's that guy who's always the best player on the court, no matter what. But like you said though, if he's got the right people that can pull some of the pressure away from him, then he performs that much better. Then
That's
he
right. You
performs
just
that
need
much better.
somebody to elevate your game just a little bit. It's a tweak here. It's to take the pressure off of you. It's not. It's the one time you double teaming this guy because you're just so hot and you forget about, oh shit, that's the best player in the world on the court. How did you leave him wide open? Why isn't somebody on this? Because this little dude is cooking your ass. You know what I'm saying? He's just killing you. And he's just setting you up to dish. Jordan did it. You know, he would get you down. You knew the double team. He knew the double team was coming. Who he do? Dump it off to Luke Longley for an easy dunk. Kick it out to Steve Kerr for a wide open three. He would make himself the center of attention. And he would just do that night, all night. So now it's 30 seconds left. You're down 2. And this dude, you know the ball's going to him. You got to put 2 people on him. You think you're leaving the weakest link open. No, you're not. You're leaving one of the best 3-pointers in the fucking league open, and you lose by 1. You lose by 1.
And on that one, we done. I just gotta say, man, this shit ain't fair. What's happening with this Jets defense, man. these cats is fucking balling, and this offense, the kicker is not helping bail them out. The refs just gave a freaking personal foul, roughing the passer penalty off of just nothing, and disregarded the hold that happened before the roughing the passer.
Yo, I hate that. You know what? I hate shit like that. That shit drives me up the fucking wall, dude. When they just miss a blatant holding call, and you're just like, what are y'all looking at?
Which it could have, depending on the team, it would have been called a hold for certain teams. But as an offensive lineman, it was still kind of decent because he rode the block the whole way. And there's certain leeways you do get when the players extend.
Was the guy falling already? Or
no. So where it could have been called, but they didn't even throw the flag for that. They throw because Josh Allen hit the freaking ground a little bit too hard. Not even too hard. He got touched.
Here's the thing though. If I'm playing a defensive lineman, I'm killing the quarterback every chance I get. I don't care. I'll tell my coach every time I will take that roughing the passer because here it is. I just watched. The Giants had a safety on Joe Burrow, and that guy let him go because he was scared to get a roughing the passer. He thought Joe Burrow might throw the ball. So he had a clear shot, open line safety on Joe Burrow in the end zone and kind of just bumped him and backed off him and let Joe Burrow get away and throw the ball away. He cost his team 2 points. He was scared to hit Joe Burrow because it's Joe Burrow. And if Joe Burrow would have hit the ground a little too hard, it would have been a roughing the passer. But Joe Burrow didn't even throw the ball. So this guy just basically let him go because he was scared to get a penalty.
Yeah, but like I said, this Jets defense is just not fair. They deserve better. they deserve better. I mean, it's been relentless at what I've seen so far. It's just not fair. But Tyrone, keep it going. You know what to do. We done.
You said me?
You were the last one.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, this was a good show. We was talking sports, and I know we ran out of time, but I just want to say, if y'all get a chance, if y'all didn't see the fight, Benavidez and Bivol was a boxing clinic. Yeah. It was probably the best fight I've seen in a long time. And
really?
It was. Yeah. Man, it was really good. It was really close. I think the right guy won, but they're gonna have to do that again, bro.
They're gonna have to, man. First dude to take Benavidez to the distance, and he showed up good. He's like, yeah, that's how skilled Bivol is. So What I learned from that fight is Canelo has absolutely no chance in the rematch against Bivol. He may as well just let that go because Bivol actually got better. Better Biev is a fucking animal, and no one's going to distance with him. And Bivol had a shot to win that. So respect, but yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Ty.
TJ?
Yeah, another good show, good topics. Real talk. Nobody was, pulling shit out their ass like most of these biased cats do. I like that we actually watch sports and just not say made up shit. You know what I'm saying? Ty, you was honest about your Lakers. Sometimes you can get a little carried away, but you was honest about your Lakers tonight. Dan, he's always honest about his Eagles. I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say, I try to be a realist with my Knicks and our Yankees. So and the Giants. I was realist with the Giants. I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's ass. Daniel Jones is just trash. Another good show, another good topic. Can't wait to chop it up with you guys next week.
Yo, great show, y'all. Appreciate good again. Great time of year for sports. We got college basketball and NBA on deck. We got college football, NFL's here. NBA is about to start. Even the sport on ice is about to come up. Baseball player. So let's just lean into this because this is probably the best time of year that we're gonna get. Pleasure chopping up with you, TJ Lisper. Shout out to Big O over in Ghana, Mayor.
Kumbaya.
Shout out to Hooks Rub. Oh man. Peace to Ishtar, Ill Magic, and Disabled Planets. Throw it over to Dan.
Word. Oh, please don't leave your wallet over in that version of El Segundo. you ain't going back and you ain't gonna get it. Forget it. You not's gonna get it. But come back home safely. Don't bring home no Zika, no any other stereotypical, motherland country diseases. But hopefully you're having a good time out there. Word. Shouts out to all y'all as always. Bringing it back one more week again for another freaking weeknight show. Because if y'all been sticking around with us for this close to a decade of the Starting Five, we used to be Wednesday nights, but it's a Monday night because we had to get a show out because we couldn't go 2 weeks without going. We can't keep doing that shit. But so all good, still awake. Peace as always to hooksrub.com. Use that code STARTING5 to get 20% off your order. And we out. I ain't really got much else to say. Peace.